In this demonstration, we're going to walk through how you can write GraphQL against the REST API service of CluedIn. Let's head over to our consume endpoint and let's head on GraphQL. You can see we've got an empty coding environment here to be able to run queries, and these are something we can use to just write our sample queries. We would always execute this from a third-party system like Postman or just using your favorite HTTP browser. Let's clear out the canvas. If we click on the docs and click on query, you can actually see a list of all the possible functions that are available. You can also click on the canvas and click Control Space, and it will also prompt up and auto-suggest all the different possible operations that are available to us. In this case, Control Space, you can see that I can run all of these types of operations. Let's start with something simple, where we're wanting to fetch a particular record via an identifier. Let's deduplicate our tab. Let's search through some of the data we've already ingested into the platform and fetch its identifier. If we head to Marco, there's a couple of different ways that you can find this. You can find this up in the URL here. You can also copy the link from here directly as well. So let's grab this identifier over here, and let's start to fill in our GraphQL query. So imagine you're a third-party system and you're wanting to pull data from the CluedIn platform. We would pass in our identifier here, and then we want to specify what actual properties we're wanting to bring back. I might want to bring back the name. I might want to bring back the properties. I might actually just want to filter and only bring back certain properties. So for example, I might just want to bring back the user.gender. You can see how the projection only now contains the user.gender. What if I wanted all the user-based properties? Well, we can just use asterisks, and that will go off and get all the particular properties that start with user, dot, and then end with anything in the wildcard. We can run lots of different operations here. Let's clear out our canvas, and let's see some of the options that we have. We also have the ability to run searches. In this case, it's asking us for things like a query, a filter. We can also specify glossary terms. We can page through the data and so forth. Let's run a query. In this case, let's run what's called a full text query, where we can just really search for anything that we want, such as Sarah. For all the results, we get the total results. Oh, we've got 2 records. And let's also bring back the entries. And for each entry, let's specify the name, and we're also going to specify the properties as well. You can see that was very easy to be able to search through using GraphQL to find Sarah, or at least using the fuzzy search. Let's just say I wanted to do a certain property search. Let's take something like user.gender. And let's put a specific filter in here. Okay. In this case, we've asked the engine to only bring back male records, bring back the total results, and then also bring back the name and the properties for each of these records as well. You can chain many of these properties together. So for example, I might want to say where the user title and you can see now my filter is just down to 74. We can page through this data. So for example, we can say we want to change the page size to all 74 records. Run that. And now we've got all of our records coming back here as well. There are other types of filters that we can specify, but this should get you started with being able to pull data using the GraphQL sandbox environment.